Oh, well, wait a second. It's kind of dark in here. Hello, YouTube. Hi. Alright, well, apparently this front-facing camera does do HD, and I tried doing videos before with my camera on my phone, and a front-facing camera on a tablet is much, much better. Yeah, look at my morning hair disaster. Haha. Look like a mad scientist. Whoa. What would a mad scientist act like? I mean, I wish I had like a beaker of something bubbling. A giant fluorescent beaker of fluorescentness. I mean, whatever. And then this annoying headphones I keep wearing all the time. Alright. Yeah, Sony X. Simon Cowell didn't do a bad job. However, we all know that story. No offense to that guy, but there's a reason why he didn't like Annie, the movie or the musical. I was like, why does he hate that so much? And then we find out that, you know, he's not a family man. Especially with that incident where he got in trouble. Some infidelity going on. Sorry, Simon Cowell. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. You're an awesome dude. But then again, we all make our mistakes, don't we? I'm gonna put on my little hoodie because I just got done watching Star Wars. You know, I thought I was gonna wait. I mean, it's 2015, and this is the month that I'm like hoping just passes by me incredibly fast. I just, you can't express enough how, I mean, this year is just like, why can't this year end already? Everything awesome is coming out this year. The Oculus Rift. I don't think it's been hyped up enough. I mean, it's been in every magazine. I mean, I'm gonna show you something. Where is it? Books of crap. I'm destroying my room. You ever have like a mess that you get used to? It's like not really a mess, but it's almost become like you're used to having everything laid out that way, and you don't want to like undo it, even though you know it's a bunch of junk in the way. You just kind of want to leave it there because it becomes like part of your decoration. I don't know what I'm talking about. Where the hell is this? This is wasting valuable recording time. Sorry, I've got to find it. Ah, here it is. I got this book. There was I went to this private school when I was a kid. I know, I'm one of those like spoiled private school kids. No, I didn't. What can you say? Sometimes it's like that's what happens, you know. Whatever. So call me that. But they had this library. It was a Fleece, is what it was called, here in Florida, Altamonte, and they had this like book fair. And I remember this like book fair would always be done in the library of the school. And why is my eyes like not on the camera? Where the hell is the camera? I've never used this tablet before. My eyes are always like going that direction. What's going on here? Where's the camera? Am I looking at it now? I see you. Well, I was obsessed with this book fair. Look at the camera, Matt. And like every time they had this book fair, there'd be all these awesome books, stuff like on chess or other random nonsense, and most of these books came featured with stuff, you know, like they weren't just regular books, they were books, interactive books, like some of the books had toys that came with them. Like this one book about the human body had a toy skeleton, which is in my videos. His name, my old Intel Play videos, like I mentioned with this camera. Let me get it out again. my digital blue. I keep a lot of crap from my past that has significant value. I know, I'm a hoarder, what can I say? But I'm an organized hoarder. Like, actually, my room's gotten to a point of maximum objects. If that makes any sense, if that's even a thing. Where that means it's like I get rid of everything. I mean, I get rid of one thing for every one thing I add. So it's like, this is the peak population of items in my room, because it's just too much shit. And, oh, I got also one other thing to show you. This was my digital blue, and I made these movies with this skeleton guy. His name was Frankenstein Boney. And one of my friends made a joke, they called him Frankenstein Boner. No pun intended. But that was an accident. It was like a blooper. But then we made that an inside joke. And we blew him up a few times. He's gone through a lot of stuff. Where is the other thing? Oh yeah, here it is. Check this out. I saw this. This is from Halloween. It's show and tell, guys. Just like when I was back in school in kindergarten, right? Okay, check this out. Who am I? I'm gonna get so much hate for this. Oh, whoa, right. Alright. If you guys don't know who that was, shame on you. Where have you been? Well, I thought about it because I make weird connections. Put it back. It stays over on my bedpost. I make weird associations because I was watching Star Wars, right? Like I said, and Star Wars has Harrison Ford, and Harrison Ford, I was thinking, wow, this guy's still alive. He's going to be in the new movies, which is also why I can't wait till this year ends. Okay, sorry. I had to get that out. I really want this year to end, because I can't fucking wait. I can't wait till this new Star Wars movie comes out. Everybody is so it's just like this stupid, like, hate campaign against George Lucas. He's not even making the movie, guys. I mean, ever since after the first movie, it's been like a spiraling downward slope for him. And everyone is like, just poor freaking Luke, dude. I mean, George Lucas, poor George Lucas, man. He's like getting like just massacred or crucified for the first movies and everything. I like the first movies. I want us to do a whole video on why the first movie is amazing. I loved it. I always loved it. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be Anakin, man. I was like, you know, I used to even quote, focus determines your reality, and I thought I had made that quote up for my entire life until I rewatched the first movie, and I recall the scene where I think it's Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan or someone said that to him, and I was like, oh, that means that I, as a young kid, like, was pretending to be Anakin, and is like imagining him saying that to me as if he was my master or guy who was training me. So like I like connected to him. It's like, as a young kid, you know, it's like you respond to other characters in movies at a young age according to who you identify with when you're watching said movies. So it's like your relationship changes with all the characters in the movie as you're watching these movies based on who you perceive yourself to be. That's just a whole psychological study on this, I guess. These papers I'll come back to in a second. But this is the book I got at the book fair. I mean, I had this in the 90s. This was like what virtual reality was promising to be. You can see that. All this goodness. I hope there's no, like, copyright for infringement for showing this or something. Hey, look, it was 3D pictures, too. You had these, like, 3D glasses. The Scion 3D glasses. No, you have to hold them to your face. There's no like side holders, whatever the hell those things are. Yeah, look, Stonehenge in 3D. I wonder if I like put this up to the camera, you can like see it in 3D. It's like, no, does that even work? Somewhat. No. Ah, darn. Thought there was like dual cameras. Only one. But these were like the graphics. I mean, this is back when like, I mean, holy crap, dude, games got so realistic. I mean, look at this. Look, this was what they thought graphics were like back. Look at this. Take that, EA. Look at those awesome sports graphics. Oh yeah. I mean, come on. This was like cutting edge then. This is like 90, 96, 95. Let me give a good example. That's fun stuff. Oh, look at that picture. Oh yeah. See? That is the proper excitement level. This is what people who are wearing the Oculus should look like. I mean, I think they're taking it for granted. I think, like, I don't know, maybe I just overreact when it comes to everything. I don't know. Not everything, but I mean, it's funny. I might, like, end up being a dad one day and I get, you know, my kid's born. I'm just like, okay, hey, I'm your dad. This is fantastic. But I'm just kidding. And like everything else I get super excited about. No, I'll be very excited if that were to ever happen. But you know, I'm not counting my eggs before they hatch here. So yeah, this is like, as a young age, I was obsessed with VR. And I mean, I carried this book in my backpack every day. I couldn't wait. I never dreamed that this would happen. In fact, when I first started doing this VR stuff, I didn't even know about the Oculus, and the Oculus was just a Kickstarter campaign when I first heard about it. I didn't hear about it when it exploded. I heard about it when John Carmack did his first video on it, and this is back when Kickstarter was still getting just like $75,000 as a budget. And reaching that goal. I mean, this is back like 2012 or so, and I had stumbled upon that video after I was looking for a head-mounted display that could do like 120 hertz or something that used DVI instead of HDMI, because I found out HDMI doesn't do full HD or 1080p at 60 plus hertz or 120 hertz. It just maxes out at 60 hertz. But little did I know, you don't even need past 60 hertz. It's good actually, but for 3D, I was just happy at having 60 FPS. I've never had a computer, you know, a gaming computer that could do even 60 FPS at 720p. I mean, that was my old computer monitor back in 2005, and I guess it played other games, like the crappier games I used to play at high frame rate, and I just was a complete noob when it came to how computers work, and so I didn't realize, yeah, like the newer games were going to be more graphically demanding, and I, you know, stupid me, did I not think that the future was ever expanding, like the universe, and so I didn't stop to realize, wait a minute, you know, games are gonna get more graphically demanding, and I would need to update my graphics card, and my computer's probably not going to be able to handle these games anymore. And sure enough, over time, my frame rates just kept dropping and dropping and dropping, because they used the same bloody computer all the way up to 2008 or 2010 even. And then to the point where games started to look like a slideshow. It was like, I was gaming at like 15 frames a second, which is probably why I actually do really good in games, because if you can get kills in an FPS at 15 frames a second, then you have an advantage over other players. When you actually play on a full 60 FPS, you're gonna be able to like just destroy. I just had a tongue tie. Destroy your enemies because you're gotten so used to lag. So you're actually like compensating. You're actually firing your weapon at a player who saw you probably 30 frames faster than you did. Yeah, anyways. So here's this. This is also another interesting chart. I was trying to figure out the whole Back to the Future thing, right? Is that upside down? No. Okay, good. Ta-da! Is everything backwards when the video shoots this way? Because it looks backwards. What the hell? Is it like a mirror? I have to play back the video. Yeah, I think everything is legit backwards. Bloody hell, dude. You're gonna have to, like, change this video with a program that reverses the image. Okay, well, 2015's there, 1955 is over here, and I was trying to figure out how Biff could go back to, I mean, I watched the Big Bang Theory video where he was going there, and then how could he go back to 2015 if he changed the past? Wouldn't he go back to the future where he was rich? Because Marty and Doc couldn't go to the future to stop him from stealing the time machine, because it would be the new future where he was rich. But then he says that no, he had to go back. I don't even know. Sheldon explained some nonsense, which made sense, but then at the same time, I can't make sense out of it. It's like blowing my mind. But one thing I know for sure, there's one thing, like, it's possible that he could only go back there. And I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. I'm not exactly sure, but I almost got it. It almost, like, put it almost put a light bulb over my head, like this, like, light bulb over my head. Lantern over my head. Halogen. You know, see, that's another thing about the future. It's like people are taking for granted. Did you ever expect that light, just regular flashlights, would be so bright and be so efficient on battery power? I mean, look at this. This is like 1,000,000 times brighter than the light. It's blinding my eyes than the lights I'm used to when I was a kid. Our flashlights were like little light bulbs, and they were yellow. They weren't like this effervescent. I mean, it's so bright. It's just like, it's like my camera. If I move it fast into the camera, it can't even adjust. It just shows up as a blur.